Good afternoon everyone, my name is Yusuf and welcome to another episode of Yusuf Works and you just sit and watch. In today's video we are at this beautiful facility picking up a load of steel tubing. I looked up the place, it seems like yeah, it's a warehouse, but you never know. Anyways, I was gonna say I delivered this load yesterday at this facility and they required us to put these sleeves on. I don't know exactly what they call it, but I think they're wool sleeves, and I didn't have it. I only have this sun hoodie where you could put your thumbs in it, and it looks like this, but obviously it's not as durable as these sleeves. So I was wearing this one, or a different color of my sun hoodie, the other one that I have, the silver one or the gray one, and he said no, this isn't going to work out, and they gave me one of these, a pair of them, and after I completed my delivery he said, you know what, just go ahead and keep it, maybe like if you come next time you can just have it in your truck. And this is probably the first time, this is actually the first time I have been in a situation where they require a special sleeve. I know a lot of steel places, they require that you have they wear long sleeve shirts, which I am about to put this sun hoodie on, but I never knew that in some places even the driver is required to wear something special like that. Anyways, let me put my sun hoodie on with the long sleeves because they require long sleeve shirt, and after that we will get ready. I think we are ready. Hard hat, safety glasses, long sleeve shirt, steel toe boots and everything. He did say to go ahead, he did say that I am getting 11 bundles of tubing, and they're all same size, 25 feet long. So and he asked me to put, one second, he asked me to put 3 donnages, one in the center. Obviously when they have like, when you're getting like a fixed freight, they're gonna put it right in the center of your trailer. So I will put 1 dunnage in the center, and then 1 8 feet apart this way, and 1 8 feet apart that way. So that way we are ready when they call us. And this load needs to be tarped, so I am not that excited. The distance between one stake pocket and the other stake pocket center to center is 2 feet. So went ahead, put 4 of them, so 2, 4, 6, and 8. The freight is 25 feet long, but this is how they asked me to put it, like 8 feet apart from each other. I would have at least done like 10 feet, you know, because imagine you would have the center of the product would be at 12.5 feet this way, meaning I'll have 4.5 feet overhang, like about this much, and I think that's a little too much. I would rather to put that somewhere over here, that way I would at least have a foot to a foot and a half overhang, or whatever you want to call it. But this is how they wanted it, and this is what we will do. Unless I don't feel comfortable when they load me, then I'll ask them to pick it up, that way I could at least move it forward and look a little more symmetric, I guess. When I checked in, there was another guy who came behind me that was going to the same city, and they pulled him in, but they told me that my product, or the load that I am getting, isn't going to be ready. Well, it's coming out of the production line as we speak, so that will take a while because they have to get it, put it in a bundle, put it in the warehouse, and then they will call me. So he said, we will call you when the load is ready. So I made myself a salad I'm going to eat, because the minute I start eating, usually someone starts bothering me, and it has happened to me before where I say, well, I don't want to eat now, because what if they call me right in the middle of me preparing my food, and then I was like, you know what, this is probably not going to happen, I'll be here for a while. And sure enough, I start making my food, getting my food ready, and they come and say, hey, pull into bay this, bay number 2, we'll go ahead and load you. So that's what I thought. I will go ahead and start eating, and hopefully they will bother me in the middle of my lunchtime. Pulled into the first bay. Hopefully the load is not high. I would like to use my 4-foot tarps, but never know. They require require us to use the tarping station with nets around it. So you pull out of here, and then on the left hand side there are like 14 tarping stations, and around that there are like nets that you should be putting it on your hooking it to your trailer when you're on top of the trailer, you know. So that takes some time, but it is what it is. Some places have a lot of requirements, but it is what it is. They got an interesting system. This is where you could see the crane. Basically the cranes are somewhere, well, one of them is right here and one of them is over there, and some of them, like, well, you could use chains and you could use it with magnets, so you don't have to put chains around it. If it's just one bundle, they bring the crane down, activate the magnet, and pick it up that way. And you can see it from this screen when they pick it up. Obviously you don't see it moving that much because you see that is the crane coming up, and yeah, that isn't showing it when it moves, but it shows it when it lowers to pick up the bundle, and then it shows up being lifted when it lifts up the bundle. I've never seen it like that before, although I have seen cranes operate with magnet before. Okie dokie, we put one strap on the load. Now we have to back up to the tarping station. We are in the tarping station. Have to strap these first. Apparently we can't be on the trailer unless we have these nets all hooked up. So the load weighs 44,000 pounds. That means we have to put 9 straps. One in the center. Let's see, 2. We'll put 5 on this side and 4 on the other side. No. Can do 4 and 4, yeah, we'll do 4, 4. Let's see. One right here. So I got an interesting discovery. So this place has 2 devices at the end of each bay that will detect if a truck is coming near. Like if the truck comes closer here, and it will hit that I guess alarm detection thing, then it will start beeping and watch. Well, let's not forget the moving blankets. That way we protect our tarp. Yeah, it should be enough. I don't like it when they have too much of safety protocol, but at least they have a tarping station with net, because sometimes they would say drivers are not allowed to be on the trailer, and on top of that they don't provide any tarping station. I remember I was picking up a load of drywall, and after they loaded me like 7 feet high, the forklift guy said, yeah, nah, you have to tarp this load, but you cannot be on your trailer. And I said, okay, do you have a tarp station with a full protection thing, you know? He says, no, we don't. And I was like, how you expect me to tarp a 7-foot tall load? He says, well, you can get out of the
park, get out of our property and then do it on the street. I said, yeah, I sure can, but if you definitely are concerned of driver safety, you shouldn't be saying that, because, well, if I'm tarping on a street that has a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, I don't think it would be a good idea to tarp on that street, because it is more unsafe to do it there, which I have to get on my trailer anyways, on a street that has 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, versus to do it on your yard that nobody drives in through, you know. But sometimes it's not about the driver safety, they just don't want to be responsible for the injury that may or may not happen, you know. But honestly, like, protocols like this makes the process much slower. But what can I say? Can't say anything about it. If you don't like the place, don't come back here again. Easy peasy. There you go. Nope, my tarp is not enough, not long enough to cover the entire load, because this is a 27 feet long tarp. The load itself is 25 feet long, so no way, Jose, no podemos hacerlo. There you go. And today is Sunday, and this is the load. I never showed you guys after I tarped it. I ended up putting both of my tarps, because when I put one tarp, the 27 feet long one, it was coming like up to here somewhere, and the shipper required that the entire load must be covered. So, and also, even if they said they're okay with the load being partially tarped, I would still not be okay with having like flap in the front, or like some of the part of the load being exposed, because I rather have like a professional tarping job than like a rookie tarping job. Anyways, I want to show you guys something. So the shipper says the load needs to be covered at all time, because if you know anything about what this means, material is tube lasered and must be tarped. What does it mean when they say lasered? I'm pretty sure you saw the material, right? What does it mean when they say lasered? If you know anything about that, please let me know. And also, I want to show you guys one more thing. So I replaced some of my cooling hoses right here, because one of them, this one, was leaking. This one right here was leaking. So when I went to the mechanic, I said, well, since you are going to drain the coolant anyways, why don't you go ahead and replace all these hoses? And initially he said, yeah, we can do it. And then he realized that I think these 3 hoses go all the way to my APU, and it's just too much work, right? So he came back and said, well, we can go ahead and replace these 3 and put new clamps on the other ones, you know. And this is what he ended up putting. I didn't realize until he came back and told me that the truck is ready to go. And then I came and looked at it, and I saw these clamps, and I said, like, why are you using these clamps? Because I know, like, you're supposed to use these ones, right? Like, I don't know what they call it, but I've never seen a clamp like that on. Yeah, maybe I've seen it. Yeah, there you go. But and the smaller ones, maybe this is what you're supposed to use. But if you know anything about coolant hose clamps, and if this is legal or at least good enough to use, should be unloading me here very soon. I don't have a load for today, so that is that. But there's a truck stop right up the road that I could go ahead and park, or I could park somewhere over here, but I don't know. I just want to get out of their lot as soon as possible, and maybe go to the truck stop, because load situations are not that great, so it may take me a few hours before I could find a good load. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next one. Adios.